I just feel like I need to bring attention to this matter. So if there's something that I say that you have factual evidence on that is not true, just tell me. Don't yell at me. Don't scream at me in comments. Don't do anything like that. Just let me know that I'm wrong, okay? There's no harm in letting me know that I'm wrong. This is not Twitter. And if something gets clipped and posted on Twitter, please Twitter, okay? Just let me know I'm wrong. There's no need to scream. Literally no need to scream. You know, I never wanted to be a drama tuber. I'm never going to be a drama tuber. So just please just calmly and kindly let me know that I'm wrong. Let me show you guys what I have here. So I was in a call with my manager. We need to explain how we got here. I was in a call with my manager and we were talking about viewer counts and how it seems like there's something going on, but we're not quite too sure what. So I had my manager count all of the viewers that were in my chat, all of the users in my chat. And he found that there was like a, yes, hello, manager. Hi, Hammer. That's my manager. Hi. He found that there was a 200 count difference at maximum, and at minimum, there was sometimes like I don't know, like a 50 to 100 count difference. But at maximum, it was 200 count difference. And this was before, if I go over here, before Twitch Tracker started counting my users. So this was before Twitch Tracker rolled out the thing for Twitch counting my users. We'll look at that here in a second. But I noticed that it was 200 difference. And don't get me wrong, I'm an open-minded person, like I said. It could have always been like this. I could have just had bad streams. I could have just had a period of time where it's after subathon, you know, there's not going to be as many people there because there's subathon down. I understand. Analytics are horrible. They're horrible to look at. They're horrible to understand. Things happen. So it could just be this. But in my opinion, okay, before Twitter yells at me, in my opinion, I don't believe that's what it is. Okay, so let me go down here. I have notes written out too so that I don't misspeak. And if I do misspeak, please don't scream at me. I'm not used to doing things like this, nor do I want to do something like this. So I put out a tweet saying, does Twitch not count lurkers anymore? And this was after I had a meeting with my manager. This was actually a couple meetings after that other meeting. This was a different meeting, but we were still talking about viewer counts and wondering. So I figured, okay, I can get other people's opinions and see what's going on. I did not at all expect this many people to be commenting on their situations and be explaining what they explained at all whatsoever. So all of these are like firsthand accounts of people who have been hurt by this, who are being hurt by this. And if we start off here, this person just says, yeah, I was right at the cups of Twitch partner. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. And then my viewership tanked with the update. Then when raids pass by of, let's say, 100, I only gain like 10 people who follow and say hello in chat. I've been pushed to be more entertaining so I can keep crawling my way up. Do you know how discouraging that is? Do you know, like, they think that the reason that this is happening, or at least part of the reason, is because they're not entertaining enough for someone to type in their chat. That is horrible. That is legitimately terrible. No one should ever feel that way. No one should ever feel that way ever. Let's go down here. It feels like my average viewers dropped down by a lot. It's a pain. What is Twitch doing? They didn't include any numbers, but you know, this is just another first-hand account. I highly encourage anyone who is watching to, if you would like to, go to my tweet and look underneath. There's 233 of these. I could not get to everyone. Most of them are viewers saying, you know, like, oh, is this happening? Is this happening? That's okay. That's okay to question. But there's a lot of small streamers explaining that they're seeing the same thing. This person says, no, 90% of my viewers are lurkers. I love all of them. But I went from 10 average to 2. From 10 to 2. 8 people when you're a small streamer is a lot. That is a lot. That is like going from double digits to single digits is disheartening as hell. When checking to see who's in chat, all of my normal people are there, but not counted. Okay. last instance that I have on here, trust me, there were so many more, but I didn't want to have this whole entire stream turn into a sob fest because I would start crying. So this person says, yeah, I have like 10 people watching, but Twitch only will only count one of them. It's like they're just waiting. Oh my God. I'm so sorry. It's like they're just wanting you to migrate to another platform. Do you see this? Do you see how disheartening this is? People are wanting to not be on this platform because of an 8 count difference. That 8 count difference means so much to so many people. I was there once. Most streamers were. I averaged around, I went from like a 0 average to a 15 viewer average, okay? I've been there. That shit it feels really good whenever there's not, 2 people in stream and you get to the double digits. That feels amazing. Pulling yourself out from the gutters and doing that. If I was a small streamer still to this day and I was still averaging 15 viewers and my viewer average dropped to 5 or potentially even 2, I would quit. I'm not lying. I would quit. You would see me not stream on the platform anymore. And you would have never known Megalodon for who she is today. Ever. You would have never known that. And that's why this is a problem, because we can't find diamonds in the rough if people are quitting because of this. And that's why I feel like I need to bring attention to it. If we look at my analytics, let's go to this other tab. My analytics are also being hurt, but I don't matter nearly as much as the smaller streamers in the scenario because I have a very dedicated community that I know I can lean on. But these smaller streamers, if they are discouraged to this point, that's not going to matter. Let me see. Let me make this a little bigger so we can see everything. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Let's look. Back here, this is all subathon. This is going to be skewed. I was sleeping. We're not going to look at any of this. When I'm sleeping, I was averaging, like you can see, this is obviously subathon. When I'm sleeping, I was averaging like 300, 400, 500. So that average is not going to show up. You can see the max plus the average. We're not looking at that. But if we go to when I was not subathoning, this is last day. We're not going to look at that. Okay, here we go. Setting up VR stuff IRL in a bit. This looks normal. Twitch was not counting. My users are counted. Holy crap. Oh my God, this wasn't here before, I promise. Oh my God. Okay, well, it was counting. Interesting. Very, very interesting. This was my first day back from subathon. I would expect there to be a higher average, But if you look here, the users in chat compared to viewers is almost a 200 difference. Almost. Well, it's like 120 something. Hold on. Is there there's probably a 200. Yeah, like something like right here. It's like 100 and something. Yeah. But that's still a lot. That's still a whole lot. 130-ish. Yeah. But it was a very engaging stream because of what was happening. So there were a lot of people chatting. There were a lot of people engaged and like watching the stream. First day back from subathon, everyone's going to be really happy and really excited to see their streamer, all that stuff, all the good stuff. Okay. Let's go back. If we look at, hold on, let me make sure I didn't have anything in my notes. Let me see. Yes. Okay, see. So there's a lot of people claiming, before anyone gets mad at me, I cannot say if these claims are true or if these claims are false. I am leaning more towards true, but I cannot confirm anything. So that's just my stance on it. Let me show you why I think this. This is a stream that I did a little bit ago. I averaged 600 viewers. That's fine. That's completely fine. That's a lot of people, okay? With max viewers of 900. Okay, this stream is going to be a little skewed because there were so many tech issues. This stream was just tech issue central, okay? This stream was not my best. As you can tell, the ones up here are a lot better average because they weren't having to watch a tech issue stream. So let's click on it though. This is, do you see how much of a difference this bar is? Let me explain what was happening. I started stream. We started going up. Okay, we get to here. This is probably around the time that people start, lurking a little. They stop chatting as much. 36 minutes in. I think this is also around the point where I started setting up my VR stuff. So people are going to be a little more, lurky. That's okay. That's completely fine. Numbers were climbing. And then my viewer count, the numbers continue climbing for the users, but the viewer count goes down. The viewer count goes down by 200. But the users are still climbing. Now, some people could say that someone's botting me. Okay, that's scary to say. That's scary to think about. And that's why I don't want to be talking about this, because I don't like talking about things like that. But if I'm not, who is, So I feel like I have to. But some people could say someone's botting me. But if you look up here, they almost match. Right before the Phasmo stream, I think that Victory and I were talking a little bit more. So it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. And then after we start playing a game, usually after I start playing a game, my chat dies down. People are lurking. That's completely fine. Please lurk. Please have a good time in any way you see fit during my stream, okay? Phasmo starts. Viewer count goes down to 700. Almost a 300 count difference. But the users are still the same. They're still the same. What changed? And what did change was people stopped talking in chat as much because I started playing Phasmophobia. And that's what always happens. That's what always happens in my streams. The chat dies down. People stop engaging as much whenever I start playing a game. That's okay. What's not okay is the viewer count not reflecting people that are watching the streams. Do you see how insane this statistic is right here? 650 viewers, 1,000 users. How come it was counting here but not here? And the reason why I'm using my analytics and not someone else's is because I don't want to bring anyone else's analytics into this. I don't want anyone to be accused of viewbotting. I don't want anyone else to be accused of anything. And on top of that, I don't know what was going on in their streams. They could have been having tech issues just like me. Their chat could have died down just like me. I know what goes on in my streams, so I can talk about my own analytics confidently. But to see this makes no sense. In my mind, I cannot logically understand how in the span of, 36, in the span of 10 minutes, almost 300 people leave. From 1 hour and 36 minutes to 1 hour and 46 minutes. How does that make sense? How does that make any sense? How? I'm just genuinely confused. And this is discouraging. This is discouraging to anyone, okay? I'm trying my best not to let it get to me. I'm trying my best because I know that my community is here for me. Even if my viewer count, quote unquote, isn't showing that. I know that you guys are here for me. But if you look back over here at these smaller streamers, this is who this is going to really affect. This is who this is going to absolutely affect, is these smaller streamers who are going to be averaging around 20 people and only see 5 people in their streams. That is going to be so discouraging to the point that they quit. And I don't want to see that. I do not want to see a smaller streamer who could have made it huge, who could have been potentially the biggest streamer on this platform, quit because of a fucking analytic. That's not even right. That's not even true. That is horrible. That is so bad. I kept seeing people talk about, real quick, I do need to say, this is something new that Twitch has put out, I'm pretty sure. Before I forget. They are trying to combat botting. If I didn't already say this, they're trying to combat botting. And in doing so, they're combating everyone. They are fist fighting the fucking world instead of just the bots. I don't think in my mind I could think of a good way to combat botting, but I do know that this is not it. The platform's going to die. The platform's going to die if this continues. This is so discouraging to so many people. Okay, wait, let's go down here. These are just the analytics of, I screenshotted the wrong thing, son of a bitch. Okay, we'll just go here. These are just let me not show other people's analytics on stream. 1 second. How did I get there? Son of a bitch. Oh my God, no. Oh, I can't find it. Okay, I found it. Okay. This isn't someone else's, right? Okay, yeah, that's not. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so if we just look here, this is last month. And this is how I know that this is potentially something they're really pushing this month. Potentially. Last month's maximum average was 4,376,000 users, with an average of 1,982,000 users. Do you see how low this is now? Of course, this could be bots. They could be combating bots. This is last month compared to this month. They could easily be combating bots. That's so okay. That is completely fine. But that's like pre-COVID. This is 2020. This is pre-COVID levels. I don't know if there's that many bots on the platform. I don't know, but this is just to kind of help show how many people are being affected by this. Like, this is platform wide. This isn't just whatchamacallit. Like a couple of instances. Either way. No, don't F you, Twitch. Don't F you, Twitch. Twitch, I think that what you're doing is you're trying your best, and I can appreciate that. But I would also much more appreciate if you please change something about this. If you did anything else, as streamers, we need lurkers to be counted in our viewer counts. And if you are not counting them, you're discouraging so many people from making you money and making themselves money on your platform. It's not fun. And real quick, before someone calls me out and tries to cancel me on Twitter, some stupid shit, this could also be, because if you look at the average viewers, it only goes down by, let's see, 100 or so thousand compared to the 2 million of maximum users. I don't know. There actually could just be bots that they're purging with this. I'm not sure. I do not know. I've also been seeing people say that their accounts have been banned for being bots when they're not bots. But there's a lot of things you can do to get flagged for being a bot. So I don't know what they are. But either way, all I'm trying to say is that something's not lining up here. Something's not lining up. People are getting discouraged. It's not good. Sometimes streamers genuinely just have bad days. Like, I have bad days streaming. Like, I wasn't streaming something good. I genuinely wasn't being entertaining enough. I genuinely should have chose a different thing to stream. That's okay. That's completely fine. I learned from my mistakes. I try not to do it again, and I move on and I stream something more fun. Whatever. It doesn't matter. But this is something completely different. Like, completely different. And I'm not fear-mongering, okay? I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to bring attention to this matter so that people who are smaller streamers understand that you are seen. I'm seeing you, and I understand that you are trying your absolute best, and the analytics are not paying off when they should be. I just want people to know. I would never bring this up on stream, ever, but I feel like it's one of those things that it's not just affecting me. If it was just affecting me, whatever. I can just post another YouTube video. I have enough of a platform that I can just, post a couple of things, have a couple more 100 viewers, whatever. Like, it doesn't affect me as much as these other people. I want to make sure that you guys are understanding that you're not doing anything wrong. This is not you. But yeah, it's affecting the future of this platform if this continues. Like, there will always be a bigger creator that either falls off, gets canceled, quits, or the worst happens, something horrible happens to where they're not streaming anymore. So as smaller streamers, we need smaller streamers, because as soon as they're discovered, they become the next big thing, the next big thing. Just like Queso. Queso became the next big thing. Where'd he come from? No one knows. He came out of nowhere. But it's because he's good at what he does. And people started clipping him and he got the recognition. Could you imagine if Queso, at his smaller average, started averaging half of his viewers and we never knew who Queso was? Could you imagine? That would be horrible. That'd be so bad. This platform would not be what it is. It would not. Queso is like wonderful. Everyone loves him. He's kept this platform alive. Like everyone loves him. But this will just continue to discourage small streamers and make them want to quit before they even get their own potential community that they deserve. A big example. And by the way, I did get permission from her to talk about this because she's my friend, and I didn't want to just bring her into this with all these touchy topics and people, be like, oh, whatever. So I did ask her, and she did say I could talk about this. So a big example is Crelly. Huge example is Crelly. She's a really good streamer that just needed some recognition. She was averaging anywhere between 60 to 80 viewers, I do believe. And then now she's getting all the recognition she deserves. But if something like this were to happen to her whenever she was averaging those 60 to 80 viewers, and she started averaging 20 viewers in her stream, who knows what would have happened? Who knows what would have happened? Anything could have happened. We would have not had Crowley. You know how horrible that is? That's horrible to even think about. I don't want to see people discouraged so bad that they quit before they were even able to have an audience that they deserve. So Twitch, please, if you could, change some things around. That's all I ask. Just change some things around. Make the analytics line up how they should. Please. I understand. I completely understand. You're trying to combat the view botters. I get it. I don't like them either. There's actually one streamer that I know of that I will never mention by name because no one say any names in chat. No one even try to think of it. No one say any names. You will be banned. There's one streamer that I know who view bots, and their viewer count is still not showing their actual views. It's not hurting the view botters as much as you think it is. It's not. It's hurting small streamers, medium-sized streamers. It's not hurting who you think it is. So please, Twitch, please, I ask very kindly, very nicely, just try to figure something else out with it. This is not going to work. This is not it. Please, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, that's all I had to say about the situation. I'm not going to keep rambling. Okay. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you. I'm going to close out of this. Okay. Hi. No more. I needed to tell you guys that. I feel like it needed to be said.